What will the future hold for Russia, whose economy is not just struggling but seemingly in free fall? In the middle of all the wars and peaceful treaties, Russia's economy stands at a crossroads. There are many complexities to Russia's current economic difficulty that we have to discuss. Russia's economy is currently facing a significant threat, which has caused concern across the globe. The invasion of Ukraine in February 2022 set off a chain reaction, leading to a volley of economic sanctions from the West. These sanctions, aimed at damaging Russia's war efforts, have also slipped its economy into a state of restlessness. But is this just a temporary setback, or are we witnessing the beginning of a long-term economic collapse? In 2024, the Russian economy will be studied in contrast. On one hand, there are signs of resilience and adaptation. On the other, sanctions and international isolation loom large. Everyone's question now is, how severe is the impact of these sanctions, and can Russia's economy withstand the pressure? Western sanctions have strained Russia's financial lifelines, freezing approximately half of its foreign currency reserves. This strategic move has interfered with Russia's ability to stabilize its economy and send ripples through its financial system. The sanctions have targeted key sectors, including technology, defense, and energy, aiming to sever Russia's revenue streams and restrict its access to vital economic resources. Despite these challenges, Russia has shown a surprising degree of economic resilience. The country has shifted towards new trade partners like China and has been exploring alternative routes to bypass the sanctions. The Russian central bank has even turned the Chinese yuan as a reserve currency, highlighting the nation's increasing isolation from traditional economic powers. However, the long-term implications of these sanctions are yet to be fully realized. With the West considering further restrictions, particularly on energy exports, Russia's economic stability hangs in the balance. Russia's economy faces a critical juncture: adapt and survive, or surrender to the tightening grip of sanctions. In 2024, Russia's economic heartbeat still pulses to the rhythm of its oil and gas sector, accounting for a significant portion of the federal budget and GDP. This dependency has long been both a boon and a bane. However, the landscape has shifted dramatically. Western sanctions have not only targeted this lifeline, but have also compelled Russia to seek alternative markets and strategies. The recent OPEC Plus decision to cut oil output, with Russia agreeing to a reduction of 500,000 barrels per day, reflects a strategic move to stabilize prices amidst fluctuating global demand. Yet, the bite of sanctions is evident in the numbers. January 2024 saw a notable drop in Russia's fossil fuel export revenues, with a 10% decrease from the previous month. This uncertainty highlights the risk of an economy riding the waves of global energy prices and geopolitical tensions. As the nation navigates a maze of sanctions and unstable global market, the stability of its economic footing is called into question. Will the current strategies sustain the current economy, or is the shift towards more stable ground inevitable? The delicate balance is a critical focal point for Russia's path ahead. President Putin's economic policies have steered Russia towards a model comparable to its Soviet past. With comprehensive plans to restore infrastructure and enhance economic performance, Putin is betting on a state-driven approach to navigating the sanctions and supporting the economy. This strategy has yielded some short-term gains, with the economy outperforming expectations despite the sanctions. However, this approach has its drawbacks, particularly for foreign investment. The joining of power and control over the economy prevents foreign investors, who typically seek transparent and liberalized markets. Moreover, the focus on military spending and infrastructure while neglecting other sectors could lead to an imbalanced economy. As Russia prepares for a potential fifth term under Putin, things we should ask: is this economic policy a strategic step towards self-reliance, or a nostalgic move that could isolate Russia further from the global economic community? The withdrawal of Western businesses from Russia has been both rapid and significant. By early 2024, nearly 350 international companies had completed their exits, leaving behind a hole in the Russian market. This departure has led to significant job losses and economic instability. The impact has many aspects. It has disrupted supply chains, increased unemployment, and reduced consumer choice. Moreover, foreign companies exiting Russia have faced significant financial losses, with the total exceeding $100 billion. These losses originated from asset write-downs, lost revenue, and punitive measures imposed by the Russian government, including mandatory asset sales at steep discounts and exit taxes. The ripple effects of these departures are deep. The loss of well-known brands like McDonald's, Starbucks, and IKEA has not only changed the consumer landscape but also signaled a broader shift in Russia's economic relations with the West. The departure of Western companies creates a significant challenge for the Russian economy. It remains to be seen whether domestic businesses can successfully adapt to fill the resulting gaps. The trend of nationalizing foreign-owned businesses in Russia raises questions about the long-term economic implications. While the Russian government has not openly pursued a policy of nationalization, there have been instances where assets of foreign enterprises have been seized. seized. This approach could potentially suppress innovation and prevent future foreign investment. The nationalization of assets, particularly in cases where companies are forced to sell the state at undervalued prices, sends a bad message to the international business community. The consequences of such actions are significant. They can lead to a reduction in competition, a decline in the quality of goods and services, and a lack of new technologies entering the market. Furthermore, the uncertainty surrounding property rights and the rule of law can discourage both domestic and foreign entrepreneurs from investing into the Russian economy. Now we have come to another question. Can Russia afford to lose its brightest minds? The journey of Russia's intellectual capital is a crisis that has escalated since 2022, with a staggering 80% of its immigrants being college educated and 86% under the age of 45. This brain drain is not just a loss of numbers, it's a bleeding of innovation, potential, and economic growth. The departure of over 100,000 IT professionals in 2022 alone and a significant number of scientists has left gaping holes in Russia's technological and scientific landscape. The impact is measurable: a labor shortage in key industries, a decline in competitive edge, and a forecast that Russia's GDP will fall behind Indonesia's by 2026. The question now is not whether Russia can afford this loss, but how it will cope with the resulting economic stagnation. Russia's increasing isolation from the global economy is a complex dilemma. On one hand, there's a surprising resilience, with heavy public spending on defense leading to a rebound. On the other hand, the shift towards isolation and dictatorship is expected to prevent Russia from catching up with more advanced economies. The Kremlin finds itself in a vice, with the democratic world steadily cutting economic ties while China and India capitalize on Russia's weakened position to import fossil fuels at discounted prices. This isolation could lower Russia to a second-tier status where it may struggle to maintain its previous global economic standing. The challenge for Russia is to navigate this new reality without surrendering to the economic decline that often accompanies such isolation. The vision of the West banning Russian energy exports threatens Moscow's economic prospects. In 2024, such a ban could worsen the already dangerous situation, given that energy exports remain Russia's financial backbone. The temporary ban on gasoline and diesel exports Russia imposed due to domestic shortages has already disrupted global trade and highlighted the fragility of Russia's energy sector. If the West were to implement a full ban, it could severely limit Russia's options to keep its economy afloat, as the country has been sanctioned heavily, limiting access to cash reserves. The impacts of export controls could take years to fully gauge, but the immediate consequences would likely include a significant hit to Russia's GDP and social stability. The removal of Russian supplies from international markets could lead to increased European fuel supplies and rising Chinese exports, reshaping the global energy landscape. Russia's strategy to shift towards other markets like Brazil, Turkey, and several African and Gulf states may mitigate some effects, but the loss of European markets would be a substantial blow. What lies ahead for Russia's economy? As we look towards the future, Russia's economy stands at a crossroads. The International Monetary Fund has projected modest growth for Russia in 2024, projecting a 2.6% increase, but this comes with significant caution. The resilience shown by the Russian economy, with spending and consumption supporting growth, is being tested by the ongoing sanctions and the threat of further isolation from the global economy. The cumulative effect of sanctions, dependence on energy exports, economic restructuring, business exodus, nationalization, and brain drain paints a complex picture. Russia may navigate these challenges, but with a degree of resilience. But the potential for becoming a second-tier country, isolated and lagging in innovation and growth, is a reality. The coming years will be key in determining whether Russia can adapt to an ever-changing geopolitical landscape or surrender to the pressures of economic stagnation and isolation. The answers will unfold in time, but the current course suggests a challenging road ahead for Russia's economy. And that's it for this video. We hope you enjoyed watching it and learned something new. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get notified to our future videos. We have more amazing videos coming up, so stay tuned. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.